All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here on a Monday evening, and today we have a really cool watch from Ballast Watches. Now, this isn't the first time I've had a Ballast on the channel. As a matter of fact, it's been probably like 2 years ago now, and Ballast was one of the first companies that actually reached out to me and sent me a watch for review here on the channel. It went out on tour, and that was also a Ballast Trafalgar model. Now, they've brought out the newer versions. They have a skeleton dial on these, as you can see, with that really cool kind of orangish goldish window it's got there in the center showing you the movement. They've also got one over at the website. I'll leave a link, a bit.ly link down below in the description to their website, where they've got a meteorite dial one and a couple other different versions, different colorways available for this watch in the IP coated black, or also in a stainless steel case. So let me go ahead and jump into the dimensions on this watch, because guys, it is a big boy. This one comes in at 45 millimeters from side to side, not including the large canteen style crown guard on the side here. You've got 54 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, 22 millimeter lug opening on this watch, and it comes in at 14.4 millimeters of thickness, so keeping it under 15 millimeters. Now guys, looking at the watch, I just kind of want to get into the looks and why this watch looks the way it does. Now, this is called the Trafalgar, and it's named after the Trafalgar class submarine for the Royal Navy. As a matter of fact, it's really cool here on the side of the watch. Let's see if we can get that to focus. You can see there it says Trafalgar and we come unseen. That is their kind of logo for their submarine class. Really cool watch here. Now, the really, really cool thing about this watch that I need to get into is the functionality of the actual movement itself. Now, you go, what's the big deal? It's got a crown, it's got everything like that, right? No, it doesn't work that way. The way this watch actually works, which is really cool, is you've got your crown guard here, okay? You undo this, and underneath here is a couple of buttons that you're going, what the heck are these two buttons underneath there for? And I'm going to go ahead and show you here in just a minute how those two buttons operate. One thing I want to show you first is that when you pick up one of these watches, it's an automatic watch, but you do need to actually wind it. And the way you wind this watch is like this. You turn the crown counterclockwise, and you guys can hear and actually see that that is actually winding. It's a little hard to see and do it backwards here, but you can see the gears moving around. It's actually winding the watch when you turn this counterclockwise. So that's a really cool feature. Now, what you do here to actually set the time on the watch is you push this in all the way, and it will actually, you can hear it click, and it will actually disengage the winding mechanism so that you can actually set the time on the watch with the bezel again. I mean, this is just a really cool functionality I've never actually seen on a watch before. You know, obviously if you go that way, it's backwards. This way is forwards. Then once you're done and you've got your time, let's say set where you want it. I'll go just a little bit before there. Then you reach over here to this button, push it all the way back in, close your crown, and that now re-engages the winding system on the watch. So now you can wind the movement again. Really cool feature there. Now this is running a Miyota movement. I do believe it's an 8200 series, 21 jewel movement. So what you're looking at is a low beat movement. It is obviously windable, but it is not a hacking movement. You guys could see when I pushed and pulled it, it doesn't stop or start the movement as far as that goes. But it is a really good looking movement. You can see it through that window there. You have applied indices on this watch. Love the fact that that center ring there looks like a old style ship steering wheel. You guys see that there? You've got the notches sticking out all the way around. It looks like an old... yeah, it looks like the wheel on an old sailing ship. Pretty neat addition there. Screwed down all the way around, as you can see. Applied indices around here, and they are full of lume, so stick around to the end and you'll get that lume shot, wrist shot here on the OFD channel. Really cool, neat looking watch. Like I said, they do have a couple different variations and colorways available. Super, super thick and sturdy leather strap on this watch. It's really nice the way they've painted the edge here to match the case on the watch. Taking a look at the case of the watch, you have a combination of brushing and polishing, a lot of brushing along the side here. You do have a crown with the the lines cut into it like that. Looks really nice and technical, kind of mechanical looking. Taking a look at the case back, you can see that 8200 automatic movement from Miyota there. Gives you the reference number on this one being the BL3134. Water resistance on these watches is 100 meters. They are running sapphire crystals. This is an AR-coated sapphire crystal. You can kind of see the bluish tint to it there. So very, very nice watch. They're using quick release buckles or pins on this watch, which I think is a great addition. If you do decide to change the band, it's going to make it that much easier. But like I said, very nice and thick. heavy-duty leather strap on these, signed Ballast, as you can see. Taking a look at the buckle on the watch, really cool because you've got your Trafalgar-class submarine there on the buckle. They've cut right into it, so I think that's a neat touch. So let's go ahead and pause the camera for just a second and get this watch on my 7-inch wrist. All right, so guys, yeah, it's a big watch. I mean, I got a 7-inch wrist, and this thing is a beast. But I got to tell you, I travel a lot during the summer, and I've gotten around a little bit. And in my travels, I see so many people wearing really big watches. People like big watches. People like watches that stand out, especially summertime. It's kind of fun to have something big on your wrist that people notice. This is going to be one of those watches no matter what colorway you go with. I wanted to note in the reflection here, or not in the reflection, but you guys can catch that chapter ring, that angled chapter ring just on the inside of the bezel, has that neat knurling to it. Catch that in the light there. Definitely a good looking watch. Definitely a watch that is going to get questions. People are going to ask about it because it is just wild looking. The functionality is what is really, really cool to me. So let's go ahead and dim the lights and go out with the traditional Lume shot here on the OFD channel. All right, so let's go ahead and charge this thing up. I got the Drill Master recharged, as you guys can see. Now, I wanted to show you guys the box that this watch came in. It comes in a nice wooden box, but unfortunately, when you expedite watches to YouTubers, occasionally the watches get banged up, and this one really got a big hit on the front of it and took a big old chunk out of the front of the box, so there's really no reason to show it to you. But they do come in a very nice wooden box, packaged up nicely. So very cool. As you can see, it has some really nice lume on the watch. Stays bright now. I've got a lot of light coming in through my back window, but even with that, you can see that the watch is glowing really good. Heavily applied lume on this watch. You've got it there at the 12. It's interesting because it's at the 12 o'clock, the 4 o'clock, 6, 8, and 10 o'clock. So different places to usually have those lumes. Usually it's the 3, 6, 9, and 12, but kind of neat the way they did this one here. So, all right, guys, that's the Ballast Trafalgar. This is the new skeleton version they've got available at the website. I'll leave a link down below where you can find these. Guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. All right, thanks, guys.